Hello and welcome to another edition of the Recent Thoughts podcast with your hostess Anya and
Fancy.
you still try to share.
It still hasn't popped up.
Really? I don't know what's up with that. I always refresh. You gotta refresh. Okay, well, while we wait for yours to pop up, what do we do this weekend? So this weekend, y'all listen. Wednesday, I went to the allergy doctor. And I told the allergy doctor, me and the allergy doctor was supposed to have a date this Wednesday for me to get my allergy test. So Friday, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 5 days. And I was like, I'm not gonna say I can't because you're not supposed to take your allergy medicine. I struggled through Friday till the point I had to go ahead and get some allergy medicine halfway through the day. So Saturday, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I gotta do this. Saturday, I was like, bump that. I was like, bump that. I'm gonna take my allergy medicine because I went to my nephew's baseball game. Sunday, I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. We went, so Easter was Sunday. We went, so I had a full day Sunday. So on I'm trying to remember. So I went to church, I went to brunch, I went to work, and then we went and smoked cigars. And I was okay, but we was outside. And one thing, I have skin allergies and I have air allergies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I was scratching. Some parts of my body still sore from scratching so much. I was like, Jesus. I called them today and told them, look, I'm not gonna be able to take the allergy test tomorrow. The lady said, well, we give you 3, you can do like 3 days. I said, ma'am, I can't get past 1 day. Really 2. I'm not gonna be able to do this. I was like, my allergies are that bad. She was like, oh, well, do you want to talk to the allergist? I was like, no, ma'am. No. I don't need to talk to her. She can't do nothing for me until they find out what I'm allergic to. Hey, Thomas, where are you from? So what did you do this week? Oh, I went to brunch with one of my classmates from here, and I went to cigars with my friend. This guy I had been seeing, and another friend. So,
oh, that's not nice. So I was gonna ask but why you didn't want to talk to the other person? I'm saying, so if you can't do the test, what are you just gonna keep taking medicine?
What they're gonna do is, anyway, I was gonna do food and other allergies. But she was saying that she has to do the test in order to see what I'm allergic to. So they can do the stick. So once they find out what I'm allergic to, they put it in you, kind of like antibodies.
Mm-hmm.
So your body can be used to it. But they give you an EpiPen just in case you have a full-blown allergic reaction. Oh, you're from Chicago. All right, Shot-Town in the house. Shot-Town in the house. So yeah, that's it. So what you do this weekend, Bo?
Well, actually, my weekend was pretty boring. I didn't really do anything, but watch TV and watch Netflix, and that was kind of it. Hung out with myself. But yeah.
So you guys, there's been this story floating around, and I've been meaning to get to it for a couple of weeks now. It is Benzino and a transgender woman, Shauna Brooks. Now, here's the thing. I asked Facey this outside of this. I was like, if a man is with a transgender woman. Oh, hey, Lord, how you doing?
Hey, Lord.
If a man is with a transgender woman, does that mean that he's with a woman? Wait, that's not the question how I asked it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so here's the thing. He was on the phone. He was telling Shauna that it wouldn't be right.
It would look bad.
It would look bad if he came out with her. And then everybody was trying to come at him about being with a transgender woman. You know, like 50 had his jokes and all these different things. So I was like, if we're all about equality, and they made a point, 50, you got all these gay people on your shows, why you trying to shame him? You know? But then again, my next question is, it, you know, like if your mate, okay, so here's the question of the week. The question of the week is this: ladies and men, I guess, if y'all date women, I don't know. Anyway, so here's the question: would you rather find out your mate is cheating or is bisexual? But if a man is with a trans woman, is he bisexual? Or, I mean, especially one who has done all the surgery. So I guess I was just wondering, but I felt like they were wrong for coming at him like that, because for the simple fact that we're all about equality and everybody got their rights. Love who you love wins. But whenever somebody who was supposed to be straight comes out with a transgender woman that says that a transgender woman, and there's a lot of transgender women that are beautiful, a lot of them. Why y'all be trying to shame them?
Well, I didn't actually, well, I did actually read about I think it was 50 Cent's and Young Buck's responses to the whole situation, but I didn't really, I think it's kind of because people have an idea of what like a man that would date a transgender woman should look like. And in a lot of ways, you know, when you look at Benzino, he's supposed to be like this rugged, rough and rugged type of man or whatever, you know, like he doesn't necessarily look like that. But I mean, to me, I'm always about, you know, love who you love. So it really didn't matter to me. But I was looking at the fact about the comments of what he was saying about his daughter when they were talking about her being, I guess her being bisexual. Really, I think that's kind of how they were describing it. And him, and originally he had been saying like coming up, he didn't grow up around any gay people, and so then when they started talking about what is it, Coy Leray, then he was kind of like, well, he kind of implied as if to say because he didn't grow up around any gay people, and that she didn't really grow up around any gay people, so she really wasn't able to be gay. You know, that's kind of how he implied that. I thought that was a little crazy, but yeah, I mean, if that's really him on that call, then yeah, it does really, because I was kind of originally just okay, like is he really trying to date transgender women or what? And I see that Mississippi Mike said he's from Michigan, Detroit. Thanks for watching, Mike.
Thanks for watching, Mike. Tracy has said something too.
Oh, Tracy said foul play, that's a man. So he was saying that earlier when you said that about if they date a transgender woman. But I suggested this question of the week because it was actually trending on Twitter. And while it's not exactly applying to the story, what I thought was kind of interesting was that on Twitter they were kind of like people were shaming bisexual people. And that they were kind of shocked by how many women said that they would rather, hey Kevin, they would rather that their man actually be cheating as opposed to being bisexual. And that, you know, like, is it to say, oh, so I'm gonna be looking for the next time when you try to say something about a man cheating because you preferred that over finding out he was bisexual. And then some even brought up the like the perspective of women felt like they rather he cheat because they kind of felt as if he was bisexual, then they wouldn't be able to tell if he was cheating or not. You know, and I was like, I never would have thought of that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you couldn't tell he's cheating because they could be his friend or it could be his lover. You don't really know. But I just thought it was kind of interesting how they took that question and got all the information from it. But I wouldn't really want to find out either one, you know, to be honest, just me. But I don't know if I have a preference. When I really said and thought about it, I was like, I don't really, you know, But I see Jesse said, hate how they just be making excuses. If he like he she, then oh well, he gonna give it, and he also gonna take it. Okay. All
I
right.
mean, that's true. See, the reason, okay, so the correlation, why I was trying to make correlation with this is, so as a woman, if your man dated a transgender woman, then he comes and date you, how would you feel about that? Or if he cheated with a transgender woman, I guess. But my thought is this: I don't want a man who's bisexual. And that's just me, and that's not shaming bisexual men. There's women who like that. I not to be graphic, but I just know what that feel like. And that puts you in a I don't care how aggressive and rah-rah I am at times. When you in that situation, it just brings out a feminine, a softness. And to think my man is being that's just some I don't want. I would prefer neither, because I've been cheated on so many times. And being cheated on it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder about yourself. So yeah. So I mean, and if it was with a transgender woman, I wouldn't want to date him. I don't know. I don't know if he dated a transgender before me. I don't know. Okay. Speaking of dating, go ahead.
Well, I was kind of thinking, definitely not if he dated a transgender before me. Just that, yeah, I don't think so. But I do definitely understand. How I thought of it was more so like, I really wouldn't want a man enjoying the same pleasures as me. That just kind of the thought of that. I don't know how I can handle that. And I see Jesse said it'd be the same way with me, and rather you cheat with a dude than with another woman. Men be like that?
I know that's a different perspective, Jesse, because I thought that men be like,
Look, I see someone from YouTube said bisexuality is a big pill to swallow. I would wonder about the attraction. That is a very great point.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay, talking about relationships. So Garcelle, did I say her name right?
I don't know. I didn't listen.
Garcelle, I can't pronounce her last name. She says that she used to date Will Smith and she stopped when her son called her Miss Jada. And Michael Jordan, she passed up on a vacation with him. Now, here's my thought on that. The Will Smith thing, yeah, I'd have been like, oh, so you dating Jada? Oh, that's who else you. I mean, I have no problem. If me and you not committed, you date whoever you want. But if we're together, but I'm thinking if your son met her, that means y'all together. To me, that's my thought. But the vacation with Michael Jordan, a lot of people would have been like, I'm going. But it all depends on how he treats me. I've dated a lot of men with clout, with money. I always say I dated the janitor to the CEO. And when I tell you, some men with money are asses, they are asses. Yeah. And I wouldn't, for my self-respect, I wouldn't have went on that trip if he's an ass. So I don't know.
Well, the way she described it, it was just more like she called herself being naive in the moment, and I guess not really realizing who she is. Well, I mean, who he was even then. Hey, Sharona.
Hey, Sharona.
But so I don't think it was like but I haven't read the book, but I didn't get the impression that he did anything that was out of the way. As far as the Will Smith situation with his son, I always kind of be like looking for that with my boyfriend kids, like just to see if one of them gonna bust out and call me somebody else's name. I remember one time to the door and he was like, "Is someone in there?" And I was like, "Someone." So why did he say someone? I just thought it was a little odd. I was like, he made certain to say someone. He did not call a name, but I was like, okay. But
thank you, Petty, for that. So, relationships, trips. I'm trying to make a correlation to our next story. Okay, so Yelp, Citigroup, and Apple expands employee benefits to cover abortion care. So here's the thing: with so many states passing an abortion rule. I think this is excellent. Here's the thing. That's your body. You got to deal with it morally, and you have to deal with it with whatever happens to your body. If you feel like you need to have an abortion, have an abortion. I've never been pregnant. I can't say I ever had one. I know people who have had abortions, and for whatever reason, I cannot shame you. I'll never shame nobody for making a decision that they had to make, because that had to be a hard decision for them to make. So I applaud these companies for saying, okay, because what happens is if you don't get an abortion, either the child come in there mistreated, or you kill them, or you try to find another way to have an abortion and then you kill yourself, or you get these infections. It's just all kinds of stuff. So why don't you just have a real one and then it be done with?
I agree with all of that. I'm not going to say I applaud the companies though, because to me, I just look at it as them more so trying to keep you attached to the job, like I don't know how long you have to be out if you have an abortion. I don't think it's a lot of time versus you taking 6 weeks for maternity leave. That's what I was really looking at, and that's kind of why I was like, yeah, y'all ain't slick. But at the same time, I do feel as if everyone should have that right, because at the end of the day, it's their responsibility. No one else is going to be taking care of your child but you. But I did, being a teen mom, like I actually went to the abortion clinic. It wasn't more so my decision, but at the time, my family was just like, okay, you're going. And my uncle was the one that was going to pay for it. And it just so happened that it was some people outside rioting or picketing or whatever you want to call it with some signs, and they ended up giving my mom like one of the flyers, and she read it, and as we were sitting in there, she just ended up being like, come on, we about to go. So, and I am thankful for that, because I don't think that is something that I really wanted to live with. So, but for the next person, I feel like that is their choice. But I do feel like it is more so it's kind of almost too late for that. But also, I think that they should be doing something more from the maternity aspect for those expecting mothers, and also for the fathers, even though they now incorporated like the time off for dads or whatever. But I just still think that those people need more time, or just more support in those areas. But
I'm sorry. I know from for where I work, they have lactating rooms. Men get the same amount of time as women. You can actually have more time off. You just have to you won't get paid for it. So you get is it 6 weeks? Mm-hmm. And then I have a girlfriend who took 6 months off. And with no, you don't get any
I thought you were about to say pay.
Not pay. You don't get paid for it, but you also don't get, like, how they be like, oh, you're gonna any consequences for taking that much time off.
Okay. Well, that's really good, because I just thought about somebody had one time say like that's not enough time for a person, and I really understood that.
Yeah. Well, it is 7:20. Is our guest?
Yes. Let me run our commercial first, and then we'll bring her on.
Okay.
Want to kill, like, okay, well, why are you here with me,
right?
Like, we do need men, and I had a chance to just talk to her and tell her, and she was like, well, you do it all this, that, and third, and I say, I have to.
Drop the mister, just call me Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Okay. Hey, girl.
I don't need nothing, no, sis.
You don't need to work on that. Maybe this right here.
Because so, Sam, well, thank y'all for joining us for this episode of Theories and Thoughts Deep Dive.
Hey, y'all. Hey, let me tell you real quick. Daniela had put on her page when I just looked at the commercial, and she's like, "You don't have to change nothing. Maybe this right here." She posted the other day that she needs somebody to do some woodwork to do. I was like, "Girl, here I go. You call for me, sis. You can put this belly together." Because remember, I kept telling her I wanted to lose some booty. But anyway, tonight, guys, we have. Jessica said she was nervous. I said, "Girl, you family. What is your problem?"
Girl, I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. And I wasn't nervous until I went on her page and I seen all her people that she had following or the swag her page. And I was like, I don't want to do it no more. I can't tell them, never mind.
What? I'm gonna need you to stop. Act like you know us and act like this is just a conversation that we all having. So, hey Jess, welcome to Theory Podcast.
Hey y'all, hey. So now I gotta act like I just see you out in the streets. That's how I gotta act right now.
Yes.
All right. Let's get it together. Let's get it together.
Look, this first question gonna loosen you up because you love talking about what you do. So tell our audience who you are and what it is that you do.
Well, my name is Jessika Jones. I am an event coordinator, but not the typical baby shower. I don't like doing those. I like doing events for businesses, corporate business, small business, big business, just businesses in general. So yeah, I'm an event coordinator. I want to do stuff to give back to the community. I had an event on March the 26th that I did where we had a vendor showcase downtown Dallas in the historic district. I like doing things like that. So yeah, that's me. That's me.
You have something coming up too.
That's not my event, but I got hired to be the event coordinator for the event. That is for Thirsty Cupcakes in Louisville. She's having her 10 years in business, y'all. Look, she has some dope cakes. She got the shoe cake, the purse cake. She does a lot of beautiful cakes, but she's having a all-white soiree for her 10-year anniversary. 10 years of being in business. 10 years of being in business. That's what she's doing. You know, she hired me to help her with that. So I'm excited.
So how did you, that sounds really cool, but how did you get into event planning? Like, initially?
My auntie Cassandra Miller, she been having us work in some type of business with her since I was like 13, if not before then. You know how they come here, come help us. And she found her nick at doing event coordinating or event business. And then moving to Dallas, she was doing like the baby showers and, the typical events. And then I ended up moving to Houston, learned a little more with my job at Geico with their events on the corporate scale, and then moving to Dallas and was able to broaden my horizons by, I said their name. I wasn't supposed to say their name. But being with my 9 to 5, it was like, hey, I heard you do events. Can you plan family day for us? Can you do this? And I was planning. I was like, oh, I like this type. And I started doing research on corporate event planners. There is not that many here. And there's not any that look like us. So that made me want to start actually involving myself into doing event coordinations for businesses, because Dallas being number 5 in corporate America. And it's not that many corporate event planners here. That's what made me want to go ahead and do that.
Okay. So you took your passion, your talent, and how to turn your passion through to your talent. Look, I'm trying to get this together. Okay, so tonight, that's what we're talking about, how to find your passion through your talents. So I think you just told us, but can you, because that was a good question, Fancy, because that's what I was wondering too. How she just...
How I got to it?
Your passion is planning. Is that right?
My passion is planning for the community. That is truly my passion, is to create generational wealth. Without God, that's first and foremost. He helped me do all of it. But giving back to the community, what way can I do that? But also I can still get my money, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's with event coordinator for the community, for businesses, where we can all each help each other. My name on Instagram is Jones of All Trades. I ain't trying to brag, but who God created me to be. I'm really good at a lot of things that I like. If I touch something with his help, I'm able to succeed at it. But some of those things are not my passion, and I just like, Y'all know how it is. If it's something you really like doing, you're gonna put your all in it. You're gonna be like, I got this. If it's something you really like doing, you're gonna be like, I can put that off another day. I can do that again. And so when I started finding out that I really want to help the community, I come from Memphis, Tennessee. There's so much talent in Memphis, Tennessee, but we don't know how to get to it. We don't know how to enhance it. We don't know how to make it a business. What my cousins say, shade tree mechanics. We do the back door and the shade tree and type of situations, but we don't turn it into a business. So me being an event coordinator, I kind of, under my event coordinator hat, I have different businesses. I can see it. I'd be like, oh, I think you should do this. I think you should do that. And let's see how we can turn it into a business. I'm not going to say his name, but I have a photographer. He has a studio. He knew how to throw the money in the studio, but guess what? Now he's hiring me to be his event coordinator so we can now enhance his studio. And now we're pouring generational wealth back into him, into the community, showing other entrepreneurs how to be a business. I kind of link it all together with event coordinating. So yeah.
So
No, I was just saying it makes sense.
Oh, okay. What is like the first thing you look for whenever a person is trying to turn their passion into their talent? Like, what do you look for? Is there?
I kind of listen to them because you have a lot of people that say they want to. I think I'm supposed to be a rapper, but they not. I might have touched a couple of buttons, but they be like, "Oh, I want to be a rapper," but you can't articulate your words. How can you say it more than one time? So then I may ask a hard question and be like, well, what do you think you should do in this case? Well, tell me how you can say that. Granted, I may get on some people's nerves with some of the questions I ask. I am who I am. I can't help it, but it's a purpose to it. Like, I'm asking those questions for a reason. I'm asking this so you can think, because I had people do me that way, where I thought they was trying to get on my case. I thought they was trying to hate on me. And I'm like, man, you don't even know. But then when I go back and look at it, it's truly me seeing, like, you're asking me these questions because you see something more in me and you want me to find a way. Because if I tell you everything, then you're going to take it for granted. You're going to be like, oh, you're going to always come back to Jessika and be like, well, Jessika, how can I do this? Instead of you sitting there thinking and saying, oh, okay, that makes sense. Let me connect these things together. So there's a lot of talented people that I see. And I have a little cousin. She can do almost anything. And she just started her website business. That girl is so good. But she can do anything. She can model, she can sing, but that ain't really her passion. That she don't really care about those things. But when she really figured out she loved doing website design, it's like, okay, that's what I want to do. And then when I start asking her questions like, why do you like doing it or anything like that? She's like, well, this, and this. And now she knows this is what I want to do.
That's good, because it makes me think about, like, my brother is always trying to get me to like write business plans and stuff like that for him. And while I can do those sort of things, I do not like them. So, and I'm always trying to get him, like, explain to him. It's just, I'm not going to say I'm beyond the point of doing work that I don't like, but in some aspects, yes, I am. Like, I don't really take on stuff that I know I'm not going to really enjoy doing, because I just know how I am as a person, as well as a worker. Like, that is just the most draining thing. I'm just not really good at that. And I know some people, they can do it, but if I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid it. So I get that.
I agree. I know for myself, because my friend, I just realized I looked at his page because he does websites and he does designs, but I never asked him about it, like his passion. So we were having cigars the other day. The guy that was with us, he was like, show me some of your designs. I was like, babe, you never showed me none of your designs. It was like, you never asked. And I was like, dang. So today I had to step in. I was like, I am so sorry. I've never asked you about your passion. And then he was like, so what's your passion? Because he always asked me about my business. He was like, that's one thing he loved about me, is that I'm a businesswoman. And I told him, I said, I like teaching. I like educating people. So that comes with journalism. That comes with, talk show. And that just comes with, my business, brand management and everything. Everything I do falls underneath that umbrella of teaching and showing, my confidence coaching and everything. So definitely have to hear what people talk about. So whenever you're hearing, you first hear, so how do you start to navigate, or what should a person do next in that row of thinking of changing my passion into my talent and making some money off of this? So what is like the next step? Okay, you didn't heard them talk. Excuse me. You've heard them talk, you've heard what they like, all these different things. What's the next piece of that puzzle? What does that look like?
So each person is different. I can't say with me, it was trial and error. It was me somebody saying, "Oh, just come play in this baby shower for me." And I'm like, I don't want to do that baby shower. But being an event coordinator, what you do, you plan a baby shower. But it's also exploring and researching. Example with you said you like teaching, but with you teaching, you know that there are certain things that you like teaching. So how do you build a business? So you know that's your passion. Your next step is like, hey, this is my passion. How do I build a business off of that? So for me, I know that was my passion to do events, but I don't like doing baby showers and stuff. So what is it that I like doing? I know that I want to pour back into the community. Well, Jessica, how can you do that? So my next step is researching on how to turn it into a business. When I started researching on how to turn event coordinator, because some people want to call me promoter. I don't like that word. I don't like promoter. I don't like none of that. But it's like, well, how can I turn that? I want to be a corporate event coordinator, because now I can plan events where I can get different type of licenses, where I can hire people to come out there, different small businesses, medium businesses, come out there, tell people about these businesses, but then also giving them a standard. My one thing that I do, and I love it with this past vendor showcase that I had, each person had a standard. And I reached out to them afterwards. I hate seeing email addresses that say, this is just me. I'm sorry, y'all. JessicaJones@gmail.com. Because that same email address that you got to say gmail.com, you get a free one that you can put your business name or your JessicaJones@lovejonescreations.com. And a lot of people don't know that. Some of the top major companies in the world use Google, and they're paying $6 or $12 a year for something to just make you look professional. And those are things like stipulations. If I'm doing vendor showcases, I see you come in and I see that you're coming in with your business not really established. I'm gonna start asking questions, or you're gonna get that email afterwards and being like, I love everything you did, but how can we do X, Y, Z? What do you want to do? This, and this. Where is your passion at? Is your passion? Because some people just do it as a hustle. And that's another thing. You have to realize that they're doing this as a hustle to get some money, because people love money, or if they're doing it just because it's really their passion. I've met a lot of people that it's truly their passion. I had a conversation. What I mean by hustle and passion is, I had a conversation with Swanky Spirits. Swanky Spirits does to-go alcohol beverages. It's not her passion. She's very good at it. It is not her passion, but her passion is for children, child abuse children. But guess what? Most people ain't gonna donate to child abuse. They're gonna be like, no, thank you. I'm gonna donate later. But guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna buy some alcohol. We gonna buy some alcohol. So guess what? Now she's slanging alcohol to fund her passion. So sometimes you have to also look at that, is when you're researching, how can you find your passion or your purpose to turn it into a business? Is it something that's going to actually sell? Is it a service that can sell? Because you can slang t-shirts all day and people are going to buy that, but sometimes there are services that it's hard to sell. What other way can you sell that service as well?
Yeah. And that's kind of like even with what I do with PR, just finding those other causes and aligning them with the brand. So this kind of sounds like what you're doing with the company that you just mentioned. But I like that, because that is what we're supposed to do. That's oftentimes what people tend to overlook. So it's good that you can actually still pursue your passion even while you're doing something else, but not a lot of people are able to make that all correlate,
Yeah.
I like to say I do that. I do that because my 9 to 5 fund everything else, and it allows me to be able to do everything else. And I still, be able to talk to different people But without that 9 to 5, I wouldn't be able to put out the money that I put out to do my passion, which is being creative, being a creative, writing the book coming, doing the podcast, because that takes money, taking the pictures and different things. What?
I said, oh, you got a book? Okay, come through, book. We're ready with.
We authors over here, honey. Fancy got 2 books.
You got 2 books? Okay. See, I knew about one. I didn't know she had 2. So where does the other one come from? I missed some stuff.
I have the self-love guide to peace. I don't know but that's that ambitious guide, the anthology. And then we also after that came the I Am a Black Woman Next Level. So and that one is actually in print. So yeah.
Oh, okay. See, those are the things I like hearing, because my mind start doing this right here, and I'd be like, bet we about to do an event. Book club, what we gonna do? That's where my mind started going, and that's where the passion comes in for like wanting to support my community, making sure. I mean, you don't need no help. You got a great platform, but like that's where it comes in of just bringing like the different people around to be like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, and that's that event coordinating that is my passion, because I'm able to connect people and create generational wealth. Not just me, again, God is the big one for him.
We know.
There's also the fact that you're also able to help put on other Black businesses, and that's something that I really like. So that's providing them with more opportunities. So it's even bigger than just the event itself. It's the opportunities that you're presenting these business owners with. But what I was curious about, because of course, I noticed that you do work with a lot of different businesses because you are into corporate event planning, which I think is really something that other business owners should look into, because oftentimes we're trying to plan these events ourselves and we don't have that database, so you should have connections. But I'm just kind of curious as to like, what is it that corporations tend to look for when taking part in events, when trying to seek sponsorship,
So that's a sponsorship and a corporate event is like a couple of different things. So just say if a major corporation hires me as their event coordinator to plan a family day, they're going to ask for proposals. They're going to be like, can I get a proposal? This is what we want. This is our budget. What you going to come? So I got to come with like 3 proposals. They're going to pick 3. And then they do this. Now you won't see them no more until the day of the event, and they're like, "Oh, this is dope. This is everything I want." That's for major corporations. For sponsorships, it's a little different. Usually, say if you have the Maverick sponsoring people, they usually it depends on if it's a nonprofit or anything like that. But that's doing an event for the Mavericks is not a 1-person job. That's like a 100-person job, because you have to have different working parts, because there's going to be a different thing for each person versus just like something smaller. So it kind of gets bigger on a big scale. So hopefully one day I'm gonna be on that big scale where I got like 100+ employees going out there doing, you know what?
Let's go. Let's go, Jess.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna have all them employees because I'm gonna create jobs. So I'm gonna be like, this is how I gotta go. But then on a smaller scale for smaller businesses, basically it's supposed to be a stress-free environment where this business or someone is telling me, hey, this is what I want. This is how I want it. This is my budget. And then when they come, it's going to be the show up. But then even on the date of the event, they don't have to worry about nothing. They can enjoy that. A lot of small businesses, how you said, they don't really know they're supposed to have that. They done threw an event and then didn't enjoy nothing. Because now they're running around. They're trying to make sure this person taking pictures. They're trying to make sure they got this over here. And they like, dang, the day went by and I took a couple of pictures and that's it. And in your mind, you're being stressed. But a lot of smaller businesses don't know. You should have an event coordinator to plan your events so you won't be stressed out. So you won't have to worry about, did everybody arrive on time? Where's the food at? Why is this not here? Why are we 10 minutes late? No, you have someone to do all that and you pay them for it. So you can have a stress-free environment.
I love an event planner. Go ahead. Yeah. Coordinator, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. It's the promoter. No.
And I was just wanting to say, you said that about like not having that team of 100, but if you think about it, you could possibly collaborate with some other event planners, and y'all might be able to put something, together or propose something that way, and that way you have enough people. So just
I like that. I told myself last year that by the end of this year, I wanted to beat out one of the major corporate event coordinator firms here. It's only 4 of them.
Mm.
And one of the top ones I wanted to beat out because they don't offer nothing. They charge you 2 arms, 5 legs, but they don't offer you anything. And I said that was my goal. That's something I've been really trying to work towards. If it don't happen this year, it's definitely gonna happen next year. But that's something I want to do because I want it to look like a bunch of us out here doing major events for the city of Dallas, city of Fort Worth, anybody. Like I want it to be there. So when you see Love Jones Creations pop off, you're gonna be like, her event is about to get back to the community. It's about to be organized. It's gonna be safe. We're gonna have fun. I wanted to have all of that. And that's gonna be one of my goals. And I get excited about that. Don't have nobody come hit me up and be like, can you play my birthday party? I'll be like, see what happened?
So you're not planning my bridal shower, is what you're telling me.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay, so now listen, I will say I have been making stipulations for friends. I did just have a friend, she turned 30 this past Sunday. Well, no, last Sunday. So we did a 30th birthday for her. I did do that for her. But as you said, we family and we friends. So yes, I will plan it for you. But yeah, anybody else? No, thank you. No, thank you. But yeah, I get excited about the corporate events and stuff like that. One thing I'm not even gonna lie, I'm still hyped off of the event that I had on March the 26th. Was at downtown at Burger IM, next to Ellen's. Y'all know it's Ellen's, the historic district. Ellen's is a famous Black restaurant.
Right.
And we sold Burger IM out.
That's good.
I like that because and it was nothing but God, and all the vendors that was there. I'm pretty sure they did all pretty good. It did. I am going to change the times a little bit, but to sell a Black company out or to sell a restaurant out in general, and they be like, "Hey, we gotta go get more chicken. We gotta go get this," and then some of the vendors being like, "I did really good." I'm like, "Hey, that's all he cares about," and then to not just have that, but to have the city of Dallas recognize that and be like, hey, you can now have this spot anytime you want it. And that's something that I'm just
okay. I was at work. That's why
it's okay.
I seen the pictures and the shine of this. I'm like, I'm supposed to be in them pictures somewhere, but next time.
But you show up to everything. So people that show up to everything, when y'all miss, it's okay because you show up. Like that support is real. Like we can't always be at everything. That's cool, but you support no matter what. Even if it's just coming to like a post, that's the support. Because even you asking me to be on here is a support, no matter how nervous. Because I'm nervous. My feet over here and stuff sweating. I'm just playing it out.
Let me tell you something. So we met just the day that we taped Rose Theories and Thoughts deep dive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So go to Exposure TV and you can see that interview with Rose Simmons. And every time I see Jess, she is like me. Y'all know people be on here talking about I'm at 100 all the time. Just be up there too. Just be up there. So don't come by us if you're not trying to be up here with us.
Because you're gonna get mad at us because we both gonna be equally right here at 100.
When we see each other, it's like, hey, girl.
That's exactly how it is. We bring the energy. And Miss Fancy, she is, you gonna always see her there quiet. One day.
Yeah, and why are you calling me Miss, man? Like at the same time, like where did the whole Miss come from? I noticed you said your friend had turned 30, but look, I am not that old. So let's just get that straight. But
okay. You're right, Fancy. I apologize.
Fancy say I'm not old. What you say, I'm not old?
It's
I'm
okay.
37. Like, she called me miss. I'm kind of, okay.
I'm in my 30s too. Actually, I'm 25.
Just say I'm 25.
I'm 25.
Listen, there's a real quick on TikTok. I just posted on my TikTok. It said they say don't ask the woman her age. Ask me my age because I look good for my age. I was like, sure do. I have people talking about, aren't you in your early 30s? Sure am. Sitting here about to be 41 next month.
See, I didn't know you would see. I didn't know that. I thought we all was like in our early 30s. That's why I thought all of us was in our early 30s. So me calling you miss, it's that Memphis, it's that down south. I can't
help that south. She should know. She's from Mississippi.
Yeah, but yeah, it just felt weird in the moment. I'm like, hold on now. I think we all in the same. I don't know exactly, but you could really be in your 20s. So, but I
know. I thought Jess was in her 20s.
That's gonna make my head because I ain't nowhere close to them 20s. But we go. I'm gonna claim it today. I'm in my 20s.
It's so good to have a person that is passionate, like you said, and you took your talents that your aunt and put those things in you, and then you took it and you made it a broader scale. And everything that I've seen you've done, and I've been to your event, I've been to things that the entrepreneur thing was yours.
It's Rose, but
right, you
was under Business Lounge Dollars, but I was the event coordinator for it. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. When I say it's yours, I mean you did the event coordination of it. Even to the ties. What was it at the cigar lounge?
Oh, suits and cigars at the commission.
Yeah. I had to come up in there looking cute as I was. Look, I was sitting on the side like we chilling. So everything that I've been to that you touched, even being in the room of Ro just Ro beat. That's my girl.
Yeah,
and I tell her that she has a lot of people that she do her magic and everything, and everybody just blossom, and just come together. So I absolutely love it. Like you said, you first listen to what people are saying, then you do the research. So whenever you are trying to take your passion to the next level and broaden it and become a business or what have you, take those things, listen to yourself, bounce it against somebody who may have knowledge or is a seer. And Jess is a seer. I know Roy is a seer. They can listen to you and help you horn in on those different things that you would like. Fancy, did you have any more questions?
You also have to be able to take criticism because, again, I'm going to use the example of the rapper. If you can't rap and I'm sitting here being honest with you, I'm like, hey, friend moment, can I be serious? Because I'm going to say that. And if you say yes, I'm going to be like, that ain't for you. You have to be able to take that criticism because there's been some things that actually Ro. I said, oh, yeah, Ro, I think I'm good at. I think when we was really trying to just narrow down the things, I was like, yeah, I think I'm good at this. And she was like, yeah, no. She looked at me and was like, yeah, no. But you're really good at event planning, but yeah, no. And so you have to be able to take that criticism as well. So, being honest with yourself, finding the research, and then taking that criticism if you're not good at it.
Yeah, and I just want to acknowledge some of these comments that have come through. They came through a little early, and I didn't want to interrupt. But I see Jesse Roberts says that's how it's supposed to be. Don't take on something that's going to be frustrating. I think that's when we were talking about the passions. Lyric Love said right. LaTanya Brown said congratulations on the second book. Thank you, LaTanya. Deshelle Monique Boutique said hello, ladies, and I see D. LaShawn is on, and she said, yes, that's hard for me, but I'm learning. And it's probably talking about the criticism. And I think that is a hard one for probably everybody, really.
Yeah, LaShawn was has been on the podcast too. We had her on the podcast, but it is hard. It's hard so my coach told me, she said, Anya, you can't have a bunch of different businesses. You need to put it all under one umbrella. And I was like, but no, because all of them, she was like, put it under one because your clients are looking at all those different things. So that's why I had to knock down the boutique, okay, so if I sell anything, it'll be under Lady CEO. I pick your passion. If I do any photo shoots or brand shoots or whatever, coordinating those different things, creative directing any of them, it'll be under Lady CEO. So that's why I had to move a lot of things and put it under one umbrella. And it's hard. It's hard to hear somebody say, you can't do all that.
You want to know what's funny? I actually had someone in corporate tell me this. When you have so many things and you may be good at all of them, but you're not consistent in any of it, you look like you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, that's so wild.
And I said, what? So, but then you have to look at it. If I'm dabbling in all these and I'm not consistent in one thing, because now I don't have a track record, it looks like you don't know what you're doing. So why should I trust you? Why should I trust you with my business?
I feel like that with me in my business. Like, I do the podcast and all this stuff, but people are like, don't you do brand management? But I never do it. Like, my friends hit me up for advice, and people that know I do it, they'll hit me up. But far as putting it out there, it's like, girl, you ain't even.
Onion. Why I thought you said me in it first, but you said me. I was like, me, girl. I thought you said me in it first. Anyway, as you kept talking, I honestly, you said me.
I would think though, just kind of, because I've just always kind of did all my stuff under the Fancy Thoughts umbrella, which of course publishes Swagger magazine. But for me, it was also because I think, if you're looking at it from income standpoint, it's better just to have all that. It's easier to have all that just come in as one, and count it towards one total or whatever. But also, what was the thing you said that about that? It was something else I was about to say. Y'all, the thought just totally escaped me. I cannot remember what it was, but I did want to say one thing to Jessika as far as like how you said that the vendors did well. One thing that I've been trying to incorporate into my events, of course, I'm not an event planner, although I did go to school online to be an event planner. At one point, I got all the way up to the last book, y'all, and then I ended up moving to Baton Rouge, so I didn't finish because I was really interested in event planning. So I did plan a few events, then I do stuff with the magazine. But what I was just thinking about when you said that about the vendors doing well, I was going to ask, like, are you also doing something to kind of track how much that they make at the event so that you can kind of have something to say overall at the end of the year? Because I think that looks really good when people are able to do that.
I do. I go to the vendors. I either email them at the end. Some don't check their email. Some do. There was a little shade. Anyway, but I always go to them out during the whole event. I'll ask them, hey, how have you been doing? How you this? I think I only had 2 vendors sold out. That was there. Other ones did kind of well. And then I also look at the visual of it. I had one vendor, I think this person really didn't sell that much, but you have to look at how you display your stuff. So those are things that I look at, and sometimes I wait for the feedback because I can kind of sometimes see that some people not going to take their criticism right. And I'll be like, look, I ain't got time to get cussed out today, so I'm just let that bypass. But then there are some vendors, when I do look at stuff, some people overcrowd their tables, they do too much, and people don't want to look at that. I think most of the vendors that sold or did very well, they had minimal stuff, and I'll come to them and be like, how did you do? Oh, we sold this, this, and this, and I'll tally it as I'm walking around, or I'll email them afterwards and be like, hey, did you do well? You don't have to give me the exact pricing because some people don't want to tell you that, but did you sell out? How much did you bring? I think one girl told me she brought 40 parfait things. She had 10 left, but then as she was walking, she had 0 left. Like as she was packing up, she had 0 left. So those are things that I look at and I'll be like, okay, well, I know this fits this time. And then I look at the time of day. Downtown Dallas changed really quick in the time of day. You're going to go from people want to shop and do real good to what a drink set real quick. So those are things that you have to look at as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I see Latanya said, you ladies give out some amazing energy. Thank you, Latanya. Leela Sean said all facts. And I see Brandy said, I thought the same thing that the New Orleans at her. Maybe about the Miss thing.
Don't be talking about me. Don't be talking about my accent. Because people talk about me. They're like, wait, you talking too fast. I don't know what you said.
That's me. I will say this did come to my mind about when you said you have the many different things. Even when me going back to saying you can have a lot of different talents. So your purpose and your passion, each one of those different talents can help you. So me being an event coordinator, that is my passion. my purpose is for creating generational wealth, helping God create this, because one day we're going to go back to this barter system. So that's my purpose in life, is to help others. My passion is being an event coordinator, but guess what? I'm good at marketing sometimes. I can speak for others. Those are all little different things that I have. So not necessarily saying I'm supposed to be a marketing major. I may not supposed to be a marketing major, but that marketing aspect can help me with the rest of it. So even though you have all those different talents that you may jump around and do, you sometimes have to narrow it down and be like, well, how can this one talent help push this? Because sometimes it's a trickle effect where it can just help push. So it's good to be multi-talented in anything that you do, because your multi-talents, there are some things that you have to physically visualize that someone else can't. I can sit there and look at an event and visualize where stuff is supposed to go, but some people can't do that. But that's a part of my multi-talent things, where I can be like, okay, I can see this. I can sit here in my home and visualize this person here, and this is how I wanted to market out. But don't mean I'm good at marketing. It's just, that's one of my talents. So just having your purpose, knowing who your purpose is, that means you're going to God, asking him what's your purpose, and then your passion. Both of them they're going to align. My purpose is helping people, but guess what? I'm an event coordinator. Now I can touch so many things.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's my vision statement. She told me to do a vision statement. My vision statement, like I said, I moved a lot of things underneath just Lady CEO. So now I have Lady CEO, and then I have the magnetic lashes, and I have the confidence coaching. That's my 3 businesses where I had several different things. But my vision is to help and educate young women and children. And with everything that I do, I pull and help pull out those talents and everything. So everything I do does that. When I did the photo shoots, I brought women together and they felt feminine and different things. You know, when you do your little lashes, you feel like a woman, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't a boy today.
Listen, you know, being a confidence coach, that help people grab out who they are, opposed to who they out here pretending to be. So those different things, it's just, you know, like I said, I put it under one thing, but you're so right. You have to listen to criticism. And when somebody tell you, no, you can't do that, and then you sit back, you might be like, nah, I ain't listening to you. But then you sit back and you're like, you know what? They made a whole lot of sense when they said that.
Yeah. And that's having that discernment too. I know everybody is not spiritual or anything like that, but when you do align yourself, you get discernment where you can tell when a person is being a hater and they just want to dim your light, or you gonna sit there and be like, they right. I can't even spit 2 verses. They right. Let me go ahead and sit down over here and go clock into this 9 to 5. So
with a lot of rappers.
It is. That's where it all started from. You be having these rappers, man, I'll be the next bomb rapper, A, B, C, D. No.
Yeah, I get them in PR too.
I'm not about to do this with y'all. Fancy, did you have anything else?
I'm just gonna read the last comments. I see Sharona said Deep Ellum changed fast like that too. I don't really know. I've heard of that, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's talking about like in the daytime, because the historic district is not far from Deep Ellum. So it looks all nice and pretty with the people walking their dogs and stuff. And then all of a sudden, hey, it changed real quick.
I'm going to take you down there when you come.
Okay. And I see Lyric Love says she was a vendor at one of Jessica's events and loved working with Jessica. She did well.
Look, this
I was going to say that's one of her hats.
That's one of her hats, y'all. Listen, I think all my hats in her closet is hers.
Well,
so you can find Jess. Jess, is there anything that we did not say that you want to make sure you say? Okay, so Jessica can be reached at www.lovejonescreations.com. It is spelled just like that, LOVEJONESCREATIONS.com. She is love_Jones_creations on, is that
Instagram.
Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also Jones.of all.trades. So it's Jones of all trades, but they got the dots in the middle of that. Her name is Jessika Jones Jessika, thank you so much for coming. I don't know why you were nervous. When I see you, I am gonna get you.
I'm running.
Like you nervous. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Talking about your business and how people can just pull out their talents and create that passion in their business. We talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
What y'all doing?
Oh, what? Oh, shoot. Normally they remove themselves. My bad. So I thought she was gonna remove herself. My bad. Because I don't be feeling like, I feel like if I remove them, it almost feel like I'm just like snatching them away. So I was waiting, and then I was looking at the comments from Latonya. So my bad.
Wait, I was like, what y'all doing? Because normally people be.
I was looking at the other side of the screen, like, yeah. I was preparing to get our other banners up.
Oh, well, I am wearing. Did I put that? That's not even the right. You can't. It's not like you can read the thing because the glare. I have Candy Ladies. Oh, Brandy, what is this? Cream de la cream on again. Y'all know this is my favorite nude. Every time you see me, don't even ask what I'm wearing. Just know it's Candy Lady. Okay. So even when I don't put on, I have on makeup, but when I don't put on eyeshadow, I do have my lips popping. Yeah, I love a good nude. And y'all see it. Cream de la cream. I had to read it, girl. It was small at the bottom. Oh. So that's what I'm wearing tonight. Y'all already know the Candy Lady Cosmetics. My shirt just says mood. It's above me. I forgot where I got this shirt from. I think I bought this from somebody who just, when they had that meme out, the guy, I bought this shirt. So that's all. And I don't even know where I got these earrings from. You know what? I think these earrings came from Paparazzi. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, these lashes are, and I need to start promoting them again. These are Fire Lashes by Lady CEO. That's what it is on Facebook. Fire spelled with a Y. I am Lady CEO. I can be found at www.ladyceo.com. On Instagram, lady.ceo. Lady spelled with the I. Clubhouse, Lady CEO. Me and Fancy had a clubhouse the other day. We might have to do that again, fans. Email address is arnya@lady spelled with the I.ceo.com. Fancy.
And actually I'm wearing my oh my gosh, the Candy Lady eyeshadow and from the, I think it was a Chocolates palette, and the Sugar Bee lipstick. And then actually I got these earrings, I think, at the event where we met Jessica at, but I don't remember who the vendor was. But you guys can find me as Fancy Swagger on all platforms. Of course, we are Swagger Magazine as well on all platforms, and our website is swagger.net. And then my link tree is Fancy Thoughts, and I am Fancy Swagger also on Clubhouse.
Me and Fancy gonna come together and do an event, y'all. Maybe in May. Do a clubhouse. We'll do something. Maybe we can talk about mental health, since May is mental health month.
That'll be good.
That'll be good. Anyway, we gonna see y'all a little bit later. And you welcome, Brandy. We gonna talk to y'all later. Bye.